Good Monday morning, Jaguars. I am back, Mr. Krieger, and I'm with my good friend, Anya. Let's wave to the camera. And I don't know if you can see this right here, but Anya is joining me because she is a state qualifier in wrestling. Stand up and show them your state qualifier jersey. Look, it says state qualifier on her back for Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Wrestling Federation. And she not only brought in one of her trophies here, she's brought in a bunch of medals. Maybe we can talk about a couple of her favorite medals that she has. Which one do you want to talk about, Anya?
This one first. So this is the one I had got for regionals, which is before I get to go to state. And it says Wisconsin Wrestling Federation Folk Style State Qualifier.
So a folk style wrestler. And how many people did you have to wrestle to get that?
For regionals, there weren't many girls that wrestled for regionals where I was at. So there was only one girl I had to wrestle. So even if I got first or second, I would have gone to state. And the first and second medals are both the same. So I got second. And then
What's another medal that you have here?
this one.
What's
This
that?
one I had got at a different tournament, and I got fourth because I had actually hurt my ankle when wrestling. I had landed on it wrong, and so did the person landed on it. So that, and then that was this year. This one was this year.
Which one did you get first? Did you get this one first or this one
I got
first?
this one first because this was a regular tournament, and then this one was the regionals tournament.
And even after you got hurt, you still were able to keep on wrestling. Were you scared at all?
I had to take a break for 3 to 5 weeks, and then I came back to wrestling, and I started wrestling in the intermediate group, and then I had gone to regionals, and then
That's that one.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember you were on some crutches for a little bit.
Yeah.
When you came to school one Monday morning after a wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about one more?
Well, this isn't really a medal, but this
I was looking at this one too.
the one thing you had to get to be able to wrestle for regionals, and it says 2019 WWF Kids Folk Style State Championships
Competitor
competitor
floor
floor
pass.
pass. So that was the only way I could get down to the mat to wrestle.
And if you've ever been to one of these big matches, this was in Madison?
Yes.
Was it at the Coliseum or the Alliant Energy Center?
Yes.
Yes, so it's in this big Coliseum, and they just have all kinds of wrestling mats on the floor, and only the athletes are allowed to go down onto the floor.
And also
wrestle.
the coaches, the parents can come down there, but they can't be mat side.
Yeah, they got to keep the parents away, and then everybody else kind of watches all of these matches that are going on. I had my cousin who wrestled, and I would always go and watch him, and it was really, really exciting to see that. So, with wrestling, this is a tough sport.
Oh, yes.
How many times a week were you practicing?
We practice 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday. And then also Jackson, he also does wrestling, where I wrestled at. So I would sometimes would be his partner when we were practicing.
Sometimes you're with, so you're with a whole bunch of kids throughout Janesville that are in that wrestling club, I guess. And is it sometimes tough because you don't always win when you're wrestling, right?
Yeah, and they actually, for wrestling, they do want more girls to wrestle, and I'm pretty sure there were 8 girls that were on the team, and 6 of them made it to state. 6
girls made it to state, so it's an opportunity for anybody to wrestle. It is a great sport, and really it's a sport that we don't really talk all that much about. We're always talking a lot of basketball, a lot of football, because maybe that's kind of what we play in the playground, but wrestling is a great sport. And you know what I was doing last Saturday? I was watching the NC2A Wrestling Championship. and watching how skilled and fast those wrestlers are. And more practice and more practice and more practice, and you can probably get there. Is there anything else that you want to share with us before we get to some birthdays in the calendar?
I don't think so.
You shared a nice job. Thanks much, Anya. All right, here we go with some birthdays this week. Tomorrow in Mr. Castor's room, Holden Ringhan is turning 9. And on Wednesday this week in Mr. Halverson's room, Gabriella Sennett is going to turn 7. And finally on Thursday this week, Dakota Cherry in Miss Fisher's room is going to be turning 9. I was looking ahead at the calendar. I hope our 5th graders enjoyed their field trip. They are gone today. There is more testing that is happening on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday this week, but we're not going to test on Friday. April 4th, Thursday, is National Autism Awareness Day, an awareness for many of our students who have autism. And then on Friday is our 4th grade immigration simulation. We're going to have a lot of guests in the building as our 4th graders are going through a special event with learning about immigration. I think that is about it for today. Here's one last question. Is there anything that you, when you're doing your wrestling practices, is there any sayings that your team and your coaches say to you all the time?
Not really, but we do have like a chant we do.
What's the chant?
We always have one person start off and we say battle 3 or 4 times, and then we say Pythons, which is our team name.
Just kind of like a remembering of who you are. So you're the Pythons and we are the Jaguars. And as being Jaguars, we have a student creed. Anya, do you want to say this with me? All right. Here we go, Jaguars. I am a unique and important student at Jefferson Elementary. I believe in myself and my ability to work with others, persevere, learn, and keep others safe. I am a Jefferson Jaguar, and I am ready to succeed. Nice job, Anya. Have a great week, Jaguars. See you around.